When it comes to mobile games, there's only one important question. Is it worth the investment? Well, every month we get a couple hundreds that are worthy of a mention at least, and here's what you should be looking out for and or try on your own device today. There's over 20 new games of September 2025. Kicking off number 1, just a quick mention here in case you haven't already caught up with the update. Division Resurgence is alive and it's kicking. Ubisoft released another beta testing, not for everybody of course, just invited professionals, and showing up more of the New York City PvP modes, a conflict and dark zone, and it seems like it's still a AAA experience tailored for mobile devices whenever it's fully out. The game will also feature a new storyline and the gameplay that the series is known for. Just make sure to stay tuned for more updates as Ubisoft gears up for a broader release soon. Hopefully not 2026.
Reveal your true self!
With that being said, Seven Knights Rebirth hit mobile with a ton of nostalgia. It's definitely not just a remaster here, it's a full-on upgrade. The combat is crisp, letting you set up chain skills and watch them absolutely demolish enemies with these lunar slashes and meteor wreckers. This time, actually, the visuals are much better. Heroes are charming, and the new cinematics actually make every fight feel like an event. This is a collectible RPG that keeps the grind fun and the strategy tight. It's classic Seven Knights, but way more addictive. It's out now on Android and iOS with over 1 million downloads so far and a rating of 4.8. Up next at number 3, we've got Chaos Zero Nightmare. I think that this is one of the finest looking games in the list today. It's a dark fantasy RPG with a heavy atmosphere where the battlefield is just an absolute masterpiece every time. The story is on another level though. It really hits hard with these branching choices, a card-driven combat, and that roguelike flavor where every run feels different. What really though makes this one stand out is presentation. The hand-drawn art, like I said before, the visuals look incredible. It's backed by full voice acting that just sells moments. It's pretty stylish, super loaded with quality. If you're seeking a visually striking RPG, this one is a must watch. It's out now on Android, coming to iOS October. Real Flight Simulator just hit version 3 on iOS and Android, and it's the biggest update the game has ever seen. A new real-world engine revamping everything from the skies to the ground below, introducing a full spherical Earth model with sharper satellite imagery and some refined terrains as well. Lighting, water, and atmosphere have been rebuilt, making flights look stunning, whether you're chasing sunsets however you like or flying over mountain ranges. Add in some extended visibility, smoother navigation, and polished aircraft details, Orville's right now feels more immersive than ever. And it might just be climbing even higher. Up next at number 5, we've got something that's caught a lot of people off guard. Dragon Quest Smash Grow. Now, this isn't your usual massive JRPG adventure like you'd expect from the mainline series. Instead, Square Enix is teasing what looks like a fresh mold first spin on the franchise, with Akira Toriyama's art style front and center and the iconic Dragon Quest charm intact. It's shaping up to be different but intriguing. Here's a trailer if you missed it. It just dropped today. It's a roguelike RPG with strategy and tactical action. On a need-to-know basis, it has a closed beta testing plan for October 14 to 21st, and you can actually apply starting today using the link down in the description of the game's name. Destiny Rising is on Android and iOS. It is now topped as the first most downloaded and highest rated adventure and RPG game of the month on iOS and Android. And it's already sitting on 10 million downloads, so I don't know what to say. It's like Destiny's different universe cousin, but then it's streamlined for mobile without watering jack. Kind of feels like Warframe met Destiny and had a mobile baby, and gave it a sci-fi makeover, you know what I mean? The game's rewards and progression systems have been overhauled, daily sign-in bonuses, a newcomer event, over 200 free draws, and much more. This is like peak mobile gaming right now, and it's gonna stay that way for quite a while. Well, what do you know? Blue Protocol Star Resonance launches on iOS and Android on October 9, turning anime vibe exploration into a full MMO showdown. You can play as a Frost Mage, Beat Performer, or Wind Knight, chaining combos, dodging and gliding through the skies to discover treasures in a huge universe, and the boss fights are just as exciting and rewarding as well. It's got side activities, character customization, social interactions that really keep the gameplay varied. Here's the thing, so far closed beta feedback has polished the game, the combat and exploration. Crunchyroll members can actually claim goodies. Suffice it to say, this is gonna be a banger. It's already gorgeous, fast, and it's got MMO depth as well. Moving on to number 8, we've got Junkyard Rush Racing. This game was just released, it has been downloaded nearly 10,000 times in a couple of days, and well, it's a racing stunt game. It's about high-octane fun, and the good thing is it's playable offline and it's available on Android and iOS. The game throws you basically into a dusty back road, a bunch of junkyard tracks and countryside lanes where every race feels pretty much unpredictable. You can jump into quick matches, grind through tournaments, or shave off seconds in time trials, with local split screen keeping things competitive with friends. It's got a bunch of cars, over 10 different tracks, a bunch of boosters and daily missions. This is the kind of game that really keeps the adrenaline flowing. Moving down to number 9, it's Sky Combat 2, Air Combat PvP. And if you've been itching for some modern dogfights as opposed to, Flight Simulator, this one's got you covered. It's a full-on multiplayer air combat game where the skies are your battlefield. You start by picking from a wide range of jets, some fast, some agile, others heavy and loaded with firepower. You can customize them, master the controls, and get ready for those heart-pounding aerial duels as you go. You can go solo or squad up, pulling off super wild maneuvers while blasting your enemies. If you're into adrenaline-packed dogfights with strategy baked in, this game is pure jet-fueled chaos. China has approved 15 foreign games for release, over 15, including Riot's Valorant, Operation Primal mobile version. The list also features Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, Super Mario 3D World, Bowser's Fury, Black Desert Online, a bunch of other games. However, Valorant Operation Primal is the highlight, signaling Riot and Tencent's continued expansion in China. This game's iOS and Android global release is not yet out and confirmed, but when it does come out, it's gonna be a whole different update, including PCs and consoles. Keep in mind though, you can go ahead and use the links down in the description to download and play the game, actually in China or in Chinese, or you can use a translation app to make it bearable right now. Going down to number 11, it is Mafia Mobile, which is a idle RPG strategy mobile exclusive, and it's definitely a artsy take on this old genre. Here's the thing, the story starts where this clan has betrayed you, rivals have stolen your empire, but now you're back, and everything they took is getting repaid with interest. You start by taking over streets, props, resources until the whole city is yours. You must fortify your empire with capos, bikers, and gunmen that do the dirty work, and you can't even expand until the whole map is yours. And there's a lot of romance involved. All that being said, if you like your strategy with a heavy dose of Godfather, give it a go. It is one hell of a game. Even though we have mentioned it before, but here it is again, Ninja Party is like Fall Guys meet Shadow Fight, but with wall running, frying pans, charm, comedy, and just full send ninja. This is actually from the minds behind Victor. The game throws you into these 12-player brawls where you sprint, slash, and style your way to the top. You can parkour on rooftops, whack everybody with whatever you find, and respawn instantly when you get clapped. No waiting around. It's part royal, part party brawler, and all gas, pretty much no breaks. You can squad up with friends, flick solo, and upgrade as you go. It's dumb fun in a best way, and honestly, it hits much harder than it looks, and it should. World War Legion, on the other hand, feels like Call of Duty World at War if it got rebuilt for your Android. No filter attached. It's a lightning fast first-person shooter action with parkour, knife throws, and these brutal World War gunfights that hit pretty hard compared to most mobile shooters. The Easy Build brag it's the fastest first-person shooter on mobile, and honestly, it plays pretty smooth, it loads in seconds, and runs even in lower-end devices as well. You can grind offline, dive into PvP with no pay-to-win nonsense, and tweak every control to fit your style. It's raw and fast, and basically built by enthusiasts, not just game developers. Going down to number 14, it is Preserve, a hex-based puzzler on Android and iOS right now. Coming soon actually, not out globally, where here's the thing, you restore the natural world one tile at a time. Look, the game is basically inspired by tabletop games like Dwarf Romantic, letting you build ecosystems by connecting forests, wetlands, meadows, and more, like balancing food chains and synergies as you go. It's got 3 modes: Puzzle, Classic, and Creative, letting you play at your own pace. And the soundtrack, dude, it really adds a lot to the atmosphere. Optional biomes, marine and Jurassic to fit your mood. It's a free-to-play game, what's the harm? It's relaxing, it's strategic as well, and it has a big focus on environmental restoration. It's a satisfying adventure for pretty much all ages. Give it a go. Going down to number 15, it is the Face horror game, which is it's not a new game, I think, but it is a psychological survival horror game where you play as this girl called Emily, a 19-year-old streamer trapped at 2 a.m. in her haunted home on Hill Street. The house, neighborhood, and forest beyond are all crawling with an ever-shifting entity called the Face, a creepy clown-like devil born from the void. You explore the home, solve puzzles, and survive encounters using your flashlight, VR camera, wits. You can play this game offline. It will have a co-op. It is in development, letting you tackle with friends. It's got a great graphic, pretty good audio, story twists, and twisted, immersive gameplay as well. Going back to, the first-person shooters, since we actually talked about Valorant today, Farlight 84 just made a bold comeback with a full-on mobile relaunch once again. But to begin with, this is not just a facelift, it's a ground-up overhaul with better new first-person gameplay, smoother visuals, and a seriously fresh UI, an animation revamp. So here's the thing, if you love the original that came out, a few years ago, the core fast shooter vibe is still here, including those tactical hero abilities and dynamic movements, but now with an even deeper customization, fresh battlegrounds, brand new gadgets to mess around with. So whether you are a returning veteran or a newbie, Farlight 84's relaunch packs enough punch to grab your attention and reload your hype all over again. Anyway, the Palace on the Hill takes you back to 1990s rural India and a supercharged emotional point-and-click journey. You play as a young boy navigating friendship, ambition, and every struggles while exploring a beautifully hand-painted world. From managing a tea shop to planting gardens, cooking traditional food, and creating your own art, this game blends life activities with meaningful storytelling. You're going to be uncovering the rooms of a mysterious 15th century palace that ties into the character's journey. It's part life sim, part exploration, and entirely unique. Pretty good visuals, it's a good adventure, it's a long one, it's free, available on Android and iOS, it's about 600 megabytes in total. Going up to number 18, we've got over here Brick's Breaker RPG, now available on Android and iOS after its Android run, and it's given the classic Brick Breaker formula, which is a serious RPG makeover now. You're still lining up shots and bouncing orbs, but now every brick you smash ties into progression. You can level up your hero, unlock abilities, and gear up with loot ranging from common drops to legendary, and even ancient items. Boss fights push timing and positioning, while side activities like mining, crafting, and fishing keep things fresh. With hundreds of levels, roguelike twists, and endless mode, full offline play, and no ads, this one's like pure loot-driven fun.
You're my stinger now.
Quick mission over here if you missed it. Hunter Roulette's new season is live, bringing a new agent, Mark Spider Vera, who builds spider silk and venom firearms in a very intense new mode called Fate Split, where seizing the crown turns your match into a 1v2 showdown. The game also adds collectible Oddworld relics, poker cards that reward points and rare items, new task events, some quality of life upgrades, streamlined play. If you're new to this game, though, this is a high-stakes multiplayer. It's basically combining strategy PvP with some fast action. Most importantly, a free-for-all shooter adventure. Coming in at number 20, it is Dunkadillo. It's a kind of platformer that asks a question, one that no one asks. What if a basketball was also a armadillo? You play as Dill here, rolling, bouncing, and double jumping through 50 different stages to rescue your buddy Pickle from a mysterious tentacle. And along the way, you're gonna be dodging bees, porcupines, and frogs that get a little too close. It's got a trading card, system where you can unlock more characters, while boss fights keep the challenge super high. It's got a great pixel art, a soundtrack that really slaps, controller support, and even a giant rabbit cameo. I think Dunkadillo is equal parts goofy and clever, built definitely for endless bouncing fun. Katana Dragon is at number 21, bringing old school Ninja Gaiden action to mobile, blending Zelda-type exploration with Ninja Gaiden flair. It's actually set in a Japanese part of the world or land. You play as Shin and Nobi, two ninjas on a quest to lift a deadly curse. The voxel-based world is just packed with puzzles, enemies, and obstacles, all tackled through these classic shinobi-style skills, and gems and seals that you pick up along the way unlock new abilities, letting you dash, clone, and slice in newer ways. And it's got all the Japanese charm too, like cherry blossoms, katanas, and martial art techniques. It's a stylish adventure that captures the thrill of being a silent warrior. With that being said, at number 22 we have got Heartopia. Pretty cozy little life sim game which comes from XD Incorporates, the same team behind Etheria Restart. This one's actually set for a 2026 release though, and we're waiting on, whether if it's going to be coming out as a free game to mobiles or not. But the good thing is the game will definitely work on mobiles. It leans into 6 main hobbies. It's a life sim where it's got fishing, gardening, cat care, bug catching, bird watching, cooking, even rewarding you with Inklopedia. Visually the game is gorgeous, almost outshining Play Together, and it's definitely giving Stardew Valley vibes but with its own flair. If you're after a chill, heartwarming escape, Heartopia looks like one to keep an eye on. And last but not least, sliding in at number 23, we've got Nukpagu role-playing game. And this one goes full on idle energy. The premise is you're tossed back in time to save a collapsing world, and the whole thing leans into that over-the-top mad fun vibe. It throws rewards at you just for logging in, like 10,000 free draws, which instantly puts it in the same lane as gacha heavy heads like AFK Arena or Epic 7. But then it mixes things up with its tower brawl system, literally, building and smashing towers into enemies while customizing different strategies. Between idle play, real-time battles, and massive guild fights, this one is like all about variety. Thanks for watching, really hope you enjoyed.